Welcome back, everybody, to the Best Bets edition of Pure Picks. Joined here by my friend Gerard, the only profitable picker from 2 weeks ago. He scored one whole unit from that bloodbath. Yeah, glad to have you. There you go. Good job, champ.
Slight.
Yeah, before we get before we get started on revealing some of your top plays this week, I just want to get your strategy or mindset. Like, how did you come away with that one unit from a bloodbath of an event where mostly everybody that I saw within the MMA kind of space took a lot of L's. So yeah, I just want to
Mhm.
kind of pick your brain. How did what did you do there?
Yeah, so that Physive card, I was really trying to avoid heavy favorites that card because I think we were all in kind of agreement that that card was kind of tricky and kind of trappy, I believe. And so I just stuck to like closer to the even odds picks because I was trying to avoid those heavy favorite traps. And yeah, I just stuck to my guns. I almost stuck to my guns, but I was spooked from the card before that. And so I did like a shotgun strategy and spread around my units instead of going full full confidence in my original picks. But yeah, it could have been a better day, but yeah, I I made my picks more safer this time. But yeah, I should have stuck to my original. But
For
yeah, I
sure.
came away with one unit.
Yeah, I mean it's better than most, right? And it's good to stay adaptable, right? I mean, even though that you said that you probably should have stuck with your, original ones, and then they didn't lose any money, and you could go move forward and attack the next event, which we're about to do right now. So, I think
Yeah.
that's a win. A dub's a dub at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, Dubs.
Um, yeah, exactly. Well, let's get some more dubs going. So it really interesting kind of plays that you have. I mean, I think that you sent them over to me. I looked at them. They look really interesting. I really want to hear your first kind of play or first kind of parlay, if you will. What kind of plays do you have going in for this fight card right here?
So this card, I was looking more into so obviously this is a best bets video. So I wasn't looking to make any like crazy gambles. Um the three leg parlay, which is my main parlay, it's Grant Dawson, Bobby Green. I mean Grant Dawson, Pyfer, and Kanako. And that's my main parlay. Originally, I was I considered going 10 units deep on that, but I I took a break and I was like, yeah, I'll only go as high as 5 units on that. It's a three legger too. So yeah, 5 units on a parlay is kind of interesting, but I feel pretty confident on these three picks.
Awesome, awesome. And you said just for the audience again, Grant Dawson, Joe Pfeiffer, and Kanako Murata. That is a three leg best bet parlay from Gerard. You pay $1, you get 98 cents back. So it's almost a break even parlay, damn near an eight break even parlay. Kind of see where you
Mhm.
wanted to go the 10 leg, I mean, the 10 unit for a parlay kind of thing there. But yeah, I think five is
Yeah.
good too. That's not bad. Really interesting line movement, actually. I mean, Joe Pfeiffer, I just checked right now, he's minus 365. I swear he was like a little higher last time I checked. So it looks like some
Mhm.
people are buying into that Abdul Razak Alhassan juice. That's pretty interesting there. But Grant Dawson's minus 500, so it kind of evens out over there.
Oh,
Awesome.
he's minus. Yeah, I seen
Yeah,
Pyfer
yeah.
at minus 500 plus
I
at
know
one
it's
point.
crazy. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I think Alhassan definitely has a hunter's chance. That's for sure. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, that's a three leg parlay there. Do you have anything else to add to that three leg or any potential other legs, or is that the main one that you're
Oh
keeping
yeah.
this week?
Yeah, I did have another. option there, but just for some background on why I chose these three, basically, I feel like these three fighters that I chose are on the come up, and they're approaching their prime basically, and they're all matched up against fighters who are 35 or older. So in terms of best bets, I was just looking for best bets on this card, and those three stuck out to me right there. Yeah. And so the other option, I know some people will be too spooked out about Murata's 2-year layoff, but the way I see it is Vanessa, I'm not sure how much better she can put on of a performance. She's 35 now, and in less than a year, she switched coaches twice already. So she's on her second gym in less than 12 months. But she is in Vegas, so maybe that's like a home court advantage type of deal. But I just think Kanako is probably even before like this fight, I thought she was possibly a top 5, top 10 wrestler slash grappler in this division 2 years back, just from watching how she approaches approaches the game. And I think that the past version of Kanako would probably mop the floor with any version of Vanessa, to be honest. And yeah, it kind of made sense when I saw Kanako's price kept going up and up, and I tried to get in as early as I could. So that 3 leg parlay I got in, it was at like plus 110, 115, something like that when I got in. So I got in kind of early, so better than even odds.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great. That's all we always want to see that juice when we're going into the parlays, right? That's fantastic.
Hmm.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add there. I mean, I think that's a solid
Hmm.
parlay. I mean, just to give you a reference, I mean, I looked over some of the past opponents that Kanako Murata had, Verna Janarova, top flight, ranked fighter in that division. That was her last fight,
Hmm.
obviously. Random Marcos, not a ranked fighter, but definitely a UFC veteran there as well. Emily Ducote, she's actually in the UFC as well, and she had a split decision dub against Ducote. So yeah, I mean those are solid wins right there. And Vanessa OnlyFans, obviously, she just came off an L. She had a pretty decent 3 fight winning streak before that, but if you just look at the quality of opponents there, I mean Maria Oliveira,
Hmm.
Jin Yu Frey, Silvana Gomez Juarez, and that's okay. But I mean, that girl just gets out grappled every fight. So yeah, and then she lost to JJ Aldrich. So I mean, yeah, I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from in terms of that fight. Cool.
Hmm.
Um, any other kind of plays you have? I know that I don't want to. If you don't have any other plays, that's
Hmm.
that's that's fine because we never want to
Yeah.
force fights, right? But
Yeah. We don't
any
want to.
other spots where you feel like you can
Yeah.
attack and get some money in?
Yeah. So this card looks kind of tricky for me.
Hmm.
And yeah, we just don't know which tricks there will be and where we can get the treat in this card because it is a
Yeah,
Halloween
Halloween.
season, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we're trying to just stack those treats and get rid of the tricks. So, um, yeah, there's like a plethora of possible tricks on this card, so I try to stay away from those. Even Drew Dober, that one is, I don't know, man, that could be a trick there against Ricky Glenn. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I avoided that. And so the other option I had for people who are like spooked out about Murata's layoff and um, the Vanessa favorite, I have Bill Algeo also as a better odds juice, you could say, for if you're going to do a 3 team parlay. So instead of Murata, Dawson, and Pyfer, I would go Bill Algeo, Dawson, and Pyfer as another option. So instead of playing all 5 units on Kanako, maybe you split 2.5 on the Kanako 3-legger and then 2.5 on the Bill Algeo 3-legger. And both can possibly hit. I think so. Best to mitigate some potential upsets.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's great. And by the way, I mean this is live right now. I mean I just saw Bill Algeo is now actually an underdog to Alex Hernandez, which is really interesting.
underdog.
Yeah, he's a
That's
plus
interesting
100 now.
because
I know that is
you
really
know
interesting. Yeah,
the press conferences just came out and
I know.
Alexander Hernandez was looking rough.
I know. He's not.
He was looking rough. I was like, man, just cutting down. Like he's every fight he's at 155, 145, 155,
Yeah,
145. I was like, man, just that's got to be hard on your training camps. Always switching
I
up
think
like
it
that.
is. I mean, I mean, I mentioned this on the breakdown too. I just don't understand why he's moving back and forth between divisions, especially coming off a pretty good like win over Jim Miller, right? Someone who's like a seasoned vet. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just wants some action. But I actually listened to Bill Algeo's press conference thingy that he did just today or yesterday or something, and sounds pretty confident. And yeah, I mean Alex Hernandez, he does look a little rough. So I'm surprised
Yeah.
that the odds are kind of flipping in a way. So I wonder what's going on there.
Hmm.
Another interesting move so far. Let's see. Yeah, there's some really interesting stuff that's happened. Drew Dober's now minus 400 now. Yeah,
Minus 400.
yeah, minus 400.
Yeah. Some people might have been spooked.
I know.
That
I think
might
people
be
were.
a
I
trick on
think
the
people.
card.
Yeah, I think people were getting a little spooked. Maybe there's going to be some past like remnants from last week that comes onto this card. Some
Because
spooky
this
stuff that happens. Let's see. Yeah, young Cutelaba with the suit, it looks like that didn't really change the line too much. He's still one minus 148. So yeah, nothing else changed, but that Alex Hernandez
yeah,
Bill
that
Algeo one is really interesting.
mhm.
Let's see.
Yeah, Cutelaba and the Philipe lens, that one's kind of a coin flip to me. So
Yep.
that one's a tricky choice to make a pick on that one. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I mean, I think we went over, a possible parlay for you, also different combinations that we can switch in and out with a Murata or an Algeo. By the way, just for the viewers, if we did a three-legger with Dawson, Pyfer, and Algeo right now at the time of this video, that's actually you pay $1, you get $2.06 back. So it's like a 2x right there. So not too bad,
Mm,
especially if Bill Algeo with dog odds. It's not too bad right there. I actually think that could be a good way to cash it there. Cool.
dog odds.
Well,
That's a nice juice there.
I know, yeah. I think that's a solid one to potentially put like you want to play a little safe, maybe like 2 units or so. I think that's not bad. Uh, Depending on how much you believe in that Bill Algeo, obviously. But yeah, that's not bad at
Hmm.
all. Anything else that you have for your best bets? I want to keep it definitely, short, simple, and sweet for the viewers in terms of how we're going to play things. But do you have anything else that
Hmm.
you're looking at or potentially looking at? Maybe like a prop or anything at all?
A prop or anything.
Yeah.
There was one, but I'm it's still kind of iffy. This is gonna sound kind of weird, but
Hmm.
I think maybe there's a chance that Morono gets this over 2.5 against
Hmm.
Buckley.
Yeah.
That that might be a play. I mean, he's a high IQ dude, and he got a full
Yeah.
camp this time. He's had a lot of training partners to get well prepared for this fight against a Buckley. So he might be more formidable in this fight than people might think.
I think so too. I think that he's coming in. I did listen to the his press conference and Buckley's press conference, and Buckley does sound pretty confident. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's talking about. I
Yeah,
didn't say Morono was going to win. I said
I know. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
he might be able to avoid the
Yeah,
long enough the knockout or finish or anything like that.
yeah. Because I was on the Morono side, and after hearing both of their like conferences, I'm like, oh, this Buckley sounds a little bit more confident. Morono feels. I feel like because Morono said a lot of things about like him, having like another like job or slash business outside of fighting, right? Um,
Yeah.
he's a commentator, for example, for Fury FC. He's also a coach at a gym. He seems to be a guy that has a lot going on outside of the cage, and
Mhm.
Joaquin Buckley, although he does talk a lot of trash. When I mean, I feel like his life is like still inside the cage, right? You don't really see him do too
Yeah.
much else other than promoting fights and actually fighting. Like I don't really see him doing like
Hmm.
a coaching stint or like like something else. So it's really interesting
Yeah.
there. Makes me a little bit more shaky, like, to be honest, in my confidence of Morono. Because I feel like,
On Murata, oh, you're on
yeah,
his side. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I am. But I do like that 2.5. But I remember each time Morono
Buckley
has
looks like,
gotten, yeah, like I feel like Buckley. Just thinking about it, like he seems like one of those guys who is similar to a just in terms of power, right? Like a Chaos Williams, Santiago
yeah.
Ponzinibbio, like those guys who have like straight raw power. And
Hmm.
Rono, I mean, he hits really hard, but like, is he? I don't know if he has that like just straight like strength that could weather those storms because he tried to play that game against Chaos Williams in that first round, and Chaos
Hmm.
wasn't having that. Like Chaos just went in, and just
Yeah.
like knocked him out, and then he was doing pretty well against Ponzinibbio, but eventually he got.
Yeah,
I
eventually,
think
yeah.
he just got, yeah, like he just felt like he was too comfortable. He thought he was going to win the decision, cruise
Mm.
to like round three decision, and then
Yeah.
Ponzinibbio just like cracked him, just one punch, and the durability was gone. So that's what I'm like. I'm worried that like Buckley could catch him at some point, and it makes sense. I mean, the odds that you just mentioned, by the way, like +2.5, +145 right now. It opened up at a +115. So
Hmm.
people have been betting the other side on that.
The
So
other
yeah,
side, yeah.
yeah, if you do want to get in now, might be a great time for that. Just because probably getting good value if you believe that it's actually going over 2.5. Yeah,
Hmm.
is your
Yeah.
pick
I'm not gonna.
Buckley or Morono on that one?
This one, I think I have to go Buckley.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Morono makes it. From what I've heard from both sides, it seems like Morono might be able to make it to a decision. But yeah, I don't know. But Buckley has that wildness and that power.
hmm,
But that wildness can also make him get caught in a submission or something like that. But
yeah,
who knows? We'll see.
yeah. Still siding with Morono, but
Mm.
yeah, maybe maybe I want to remove that lock from because I said on the week that he was a lock, like
He was a
medium
lot.
confidence underdog lock of the week, but maybe he's just a medium confidence no lock. Just may not play him because
Well,
like
maybe
plus
Buckley's looking past them. You
true.
Buckley
I mean
might be.
the cool thing about
Yeah.
Buckley, he gets into like, altercations or something, but he really just tries to promote his fights with like other people. Like, and the
Hmm.
trash talking that he does. I don't know if he's looking past Morono, honestly. I think that I really think he wants to get a knockout though. That's the main thing that he wants because like I
Hmm.
feel like he was like too abused in 185, like fighting all these like bigger dudes than him and just getting manhandled sometimes. And
Yeah, yeah.
then now he's at like his natural weight class, and he just feels like he's the big bully, because
He's a
he's
yeah.
honestly the longer guy in this fight. He has like 4 inch reach advantage over Morono. I think they're like maybe the same height. Maybe Morono's like an inch taller, but I think Buckley definitely feels like he's the bigger man slash guy in this fight. So yeah, he might try to
Hmm.
go out there and put the lights out for sure.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
yeah.
people looking past the other fighter, Grant Dawson named three fighters he's thinking of fighting next. You see that press conference?
Yeah. I heard about it. I heard about it.
He literally named
Yeah,
three names
he's talking about
already.
Islam. Yeah, all those. He's like, man, Islam. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I still trust him, but yeah, I mean, I don't like to
Is
hear
it a
that
trick?
sometimes.
Is this a trick? Yeah.
Just don't think
But
Bobby's going to be the guy that does it, though. You know,
mm,
I don't think Bobby's going to be the guy. Awesome. Well, other than that, I mean, if we don't have any more, best picks or best bets, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I want to keep this video, short and sweet for the viewers, just so they can follow along. Obviously, timestamps will be in the description. Before we head off, I want to have everyone please like, comment, subscribe. That really help the channel out, really help the movement that we're trying to do right now. Please comment. We're all going to reply back to any of your comments, especially if they're cool or insightful. But yeah, I really want to just get the name out there. So if you guys can
ride
do
or
it, like,
dies.
yep, exactly. Like, comment, subscribe, really help us out here. Um, Other than that, yeah, I think we're about to head off. Good luck, everybody, this week. And we'll be back next week for the next fight. So it's always going to be there. Signing off, Pure
Yes, sir.
Pickers.
Trick or treat.